Today's video is brought to you by Black Chantry, the company that brings you Vampire the Eternal Struggle. And don't forget, coming this February, we've got new bloods, Ravnos, Salubri, Samisi. Tell your local game store, the Waterdog sent ya. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Reading Between the Lines. I am your host, the Waterdog, and today, brother, I got a spoiler for you, man. Oh, we've got new bloods coming out here at the end of February, and the Waterdog's got a card for you. But before I do that, please do me the kind favor of hitting that subscribe button. It means a whole lot to me, and you know I appreciate it, man. Hey, I just got through wrapping up the Dance Macabre, and I've got all kinds of stuff that I've got in line to show you about that event. So I'm looking forward to doing all of that. Got some nice interviews that I had done. Recorded some of the final tables for you. And so just got a lot of stuff that I'm going to be slowly unpacking here over the next few weeks. And then I've got this spoiler today. And in a few more days, I've got another spoiler video. So you make sure you subscribe right here, man, because I've got stuff to show you. And we got a lot. So let's talk about it, man. We got a spoiler card. We got the 3 new bloods. They're coming out here at the end of February. Ravnos, Salubri, and the one we're going to be looking at today from Samisi, from the new blood Samisi, brother. And that is going to be a new retainer card. So I'm not even wasting time. I'm just jumping to it, man. And that retainer card is the Salacha Bodyguard. It is going to require a Samisi. It's a retainer. It's going to cost your vampire 1 blood. It's a ghoul with 2 life. The employer can lock this retainer to prevent 1 damage in combat, and you can burn this retainer to have an action directed at a minion you control fail. All right. A lot of little things to talk about here, man. The first thing is you get 2 things with this retainer. One is you get to do prevent. You can prevent 1. Why is that important? Because there might be some times where you're going to find yourself in combat with a ministry or with a gamer. And you know what they're going to try to do? They're going to try to Donnybrook you for 1. And that card will do that for you. It'll protect you from that, okay? So when you're looking at things like that, it's really good protection for you. So that prevent 1 is key and essential. So I do love it. Gotta lock it, but it does do that 1 prevent, okay? The second thing that's really impressive is you can burn this retainer to have an action directed at a minion you control fail. Now notice I said a minion you control fail. Not that minion, any minion. A minion you control. So if another Methuselah wants to go over there and take a D action, and let's say you're Carlton, you can stop that by sacrificing your bodyguard. They want to take a D action at another one of your vampires. Sacrifice it. Stop that D action. Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Okay? Really good. And not to mention the fact that you look at this, this retainer, it's going to go into this new blood. And if you look at the cover of the new blood package, you'll notice that it's got this picture of Maji, the mistress of Salachas, which they've already spoiled. So we're going to get to talk about that a little bit too, because she is great, because she is a 7 cap. She's got a little mountain. She's got a big paw, big chain, big, cat's eye, anarch. And then her special is allies and retainers requiring a Samisi cost Maji -1 blood or pull. You can play your bodyguard for free. Play your bodyguard for free. That's pretty darn good, man. And so she is going to maybe, hopefully, start a whole new, different style of play for the Samisi. Because as of right now, really most players are playing, the Samisi Anarchs as a bleed wall deck. They set up a wall, they then bounce with some deflections because they're using Dominate more than anything else. And then, of course, they're then trying to bleed. They utilize the Protean discipline a lot to do earth melts so that if they do take an action, they get blocked, they can unlock, and then they can take another action, okay? And then if that's not the case, then they'll use Form of the Mist, okay? To, have the action gets blocked, and they can then do the Form of the Mist to continue the action at +1 stealth. It's just really strong. And so that's the way that most players are currently playing the Tsimisi, okay? But by having this type of a retainer and the fact that you've got Maji, it might then open the door for what the Tsimisi do better than anything else. And what do they do better than anything else? They make monsters. So now all of a sudden, you could have yourself that War Ghoul deck that you've been wanting to play for a while, because now you've got a Tsimisi in Group 6 that can do that for you, and help lower the cost, because with Maji, it's going to cost you 1 less. You put a Charisma on it, then all of a sudden it's going to only cost you 1 to get your War Ghoul out. And guess what? Your Bodyguard didn't cost you anything because of Maji, and if you sacrifice the Bodyguard to the War Ghoul, there you go. So there's a lot of different things that you could do now because of this package, okay? Now, let's look at an old card, an old vampire card, Little Tailor of Prague. Little Tailor of Prague came out in 2000 because it came out during the Sabbat War, and I want to say that's when it was, Sabbat War 2000. Big 8-cap Sabbat vampire. It had the little brain, that little dementation. It had the big paw, the big eye, the big wave, that big vicissitude. And his special was allies and retainers requiring a Tsimisi or vicissitude cost the tailor 1 fewer blood or pull. It even had the extra bonus of having a +1 bleed. So really good vampire, okay? Really, really good vampire, okay? And so being able to have that vampire, it's very comparable to what Magi does. And so Magi allows you to play these things into Group 6, okay? Little Tailor of Prague, with that grouping of 2, and really if you're going to try to play Tsimisi, it's going to be Group 2 and 3, and the fact that there's Sabbat, you got a lot of things that you can do now, because with all the paths and being able to choose a path, your Sabbat can now choose a path, and the Little Tailor can now use the Bodyguard, and so there's just, like I said, just opens up the doors for a lot of different things that you could be doing with that, okay? But we're really going to kind of focus in on the Anarch side of this from Group 6 more than anything else, because Sabbat is just going to, it's one of the good things about having all those new Sabbat decks is that they are going to change the game. They are going to change the meta. And I'm hoping that this New Blood does the same thing, because I'm hoping to see, a monster deck. That's kind of really what I'd like to see take place, okay? But let's look at the first thing that it does. The first thing that the Slouchy Body does is it prevents and it protects your minion, okay? That's what it does. And there's a lot of cards that does that with Tsimisi. It's why it's so hard to rush a Tsimisi deck. Because it's going to be able to protect itself from all of these rushes. Because you're going to have Path of Cain rush. You're going to have Bruja Line Brawl rushes. You're going to have La Zambra Umbria's Clutch rushes. You're going to have Gangrel Deep Song rushes, Nosferatu Deep Song rushes. You got all these different rush decks that are out there right now that are entering combat and just beating things up. Well, you're going to have to figure out ways to protect yourself, and the Tsimisi does that very, very well. So now you got the Bodyguard, but don't forget that you've got other cards like the Living Manse, which is that location that costs you a blood, okay? The equipment gets, the vampire, when it's equipped, gets a +1 bleed, but you can burn the location. You can burn this card before range is determined to end combat, okay? Vampire can have only 1 Living Manse. And so you can burn the Bodyguard, okay, to stop the action. If you want them to have the action but don't want to get into the combat, and then you burn the Living Manse. This is really, really good. It's really, really strong. And then if you play Tsimisi like I do, which is playing it with British Museum, where you're able to play with some equipment and stuff, things like a leather jacket, okay? Now you're really protecting yourself, okay? Because you can equip with the Living Manse, utilizing British Museum, you're going to unlock, you can then equip with your Bodyguard, okay? Next turn, you could equip with a leather jacket, unlock, maybe then bring out a War Ghoul by burning your Bodyguard if you don't need him, okay? And then you get to unlock at the end of the turn with leather jacket. So there's just a lot of ways to protect yourself, okay? And then don't forget, other cards to protect your Tsimisi come out there too. That's been out there. Things like a Secret Passage. It works very similar to the Bodyguard in the fact that you have to burn the card in order to prevent and make the action fail. But the thing about the Bodyguard, please don't forget, is you can do this for any minion that you control. any menu control. That's what makes it so strong, okay? And there's always the old reliable secret, haven. Excuse me, secure haven. Let me get the right secret passage, secure haven. So there's a lot of ways to defend yourself for your Tsimisi. It's really set up really, really, really nice. But like I said, the thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is seeing the card be able to do things, to help with your monsters, because they've already spoiled, some of these monsters, So you've got the Vase of Jus d'Ifora, okay, the Vase of Cicerne, I hope I'm saying that right, the Vase of Sophia, which came out earlier, and then of course the good old-fashioned War Ghoul. And all of those monsters require for you when they come into play to remove, an ally or a retainer in order for them to stay in play. And so being able to have Magi or the Little Tailor have those things cost less is just going to make it work really, really, really strong. Don't forget that Magi has a little mountain. She's got that fortitude. So you can take actions if they go unblocked, okay? You can always free drive and unlock. She's also got Protean and she's an Anarch. So if she takes the Anarch action, don't forget, you can Crime with Ink and unlock, okay? There's a lot of mechanisms in the game that's going to help you play around Magi and around the bodyguards. She is the mistress of Salachas for a reason. Play them with her. I think it's going to make her really, really strong. And the fact that you can, you're going to be able to unlock and take multiple actions. You can do things, like I said, with the British Museum. It's just, the possibilities are out there. Possibilities are out there. Man, this is a good card. And this really looks like a really, really good set. And I'm looking forward for them to come out and starting to play with all these new bloods. The Tsimisi look really, really strong. The fact that we're going to get to play with some monsters is just really, really great. Folks, give me a few more days. I got another spoiler coming up for you, man. I appreciate you watching. This has been Reading Between the Lines. I am the Water Dog. And folks, please, y'all take care. Hey man, thanks for watching Reading Between the Lines. If you'll do me the kind favor, if you look right there. You see that little circle? That says subscribe. Hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. Underneath that, that's a playlist. So if you want to watch more videos, hit the playlist. It's not complicated. It's real simple. Subscribe. Playlist. Subscribe. Playlist.